a Christmas open house on November 21st and 22nd.
You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Sportsman.
Good morning, gentlemen. I'd like to take an opportunity to blow the whistle.
And we're just simply going to sing a song for our comment. Look off to the east, thousands of trees, shade bark, oak, hickory. 200 years they've thrived on this mountainside, watching o'er the town a piece of hallowed ground. A lovely morning brings the song the wood thrush sings. I wonder if we'll hear it anymore. Silent and still, such a bitter pill. If we lose the last forest in Fayetteville.
Live from the Busch Light Studios. Produced by Colton Little.
That makes sense. Thank you, Colton.
With Ty Richardson.
Oh, it was intentional. Give me a break.
And Tommy Kraft.
What a hot mess of garbage this is.
This is The Morning Rush.
Keep Fayetteville funky.
The only one they've ever
Just keep it going, Colton.
Singing through the night, praying it will be
Thank you,
right.
5 News, for recording this. Man,
beautiful.
What an open as we start a Think Tank Thursday here on the Morning Rush. What do you think about singing in open forums like city council meetings or town halls to get across your point? Does that ever help your point, Tommy?
Not unless you're Carrie Underwood.
Okay.
Or I guess last night you watched the CMAs if you were
Ella
Lainey Wilson. You know, she seemed to clean up on the award.
Yeah,
but,
we're gonna get into our Morning Rush SEC awards in our opening drive coming up. I did not watch. I saw some clips this morning. I'm partial to Auburn fan Ella Langley. I think she's my favorite artist right now, female wise. But that city council meeting, I just heard this yesterday. Apparently, it was a Tuesday night thing where you had that couple try and prevent a junior high that sounds like it's getting built. And I see these things. Oftentimes, I don't see them in Arkansas. I see them in California or Florida or one of these other cities or states. And I think that's the first time in a while I've seen someone at an Arkansas city do something like that.
Freedom of speech is a beautiful thing, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, listen, I don't want to rag on anyone that gives their right to, whether it's a school board or a city council, town hall, whatever. I don't think a song is necessarily the best way to get across your message. You think it is?
Are you kidding?
You think it is?
Would we be talking about this morning, Tom?
Exactly.
They just went up there and just, complained and
Rant
moaned
and
about
rave.
how,
You're cutting down trees.
They took time to take their complaints and put it to song. Beautiful poetry.
Yeah.
The guy came in with a ponytail and a harmonica.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think he had a point to make?
What do you think about this?
Peace, love, and rock and roll.
That's right.
Peace, love, and rock and roll, baby.
Thumbs up.
Now let's bulldoze some trees and build a school.
I get, so with progress, unfortunately, things get bulldozed, like you said, on the way for that. Northwest Arkansas looks a lot different than it used to.
Yeah.
And there is a balance to that. You want to keep some historical elements to not just Northwest Arkansas, but other parts of our state. So there is that push and pull and back and forth from time to time. But
I don't think there's anything historical about these trees.
Well, they just
the last forest in Fayetteville, man.
Yeah, it's the last forest in Fayetteville. Tommy, did you not listen?
Forest?
To that? Did you not listen to the
I
song?
don't think we have any forests.
Did you not listen to the song?
Get the Ozark National Forest. There's plenty of forests south of Fayetteville.
It's a song the wood thrush sing.
Yeah.
I will say on the subject of forage, the foliage right now is beautiful. Driving around the other day, just driving to Baton Rouge, actually, I was like, man, it is like in a snapshot. Arkansas could not look better than it does right now.
All right, that's where we began. Speaking of the Ozarks, and if you're coming to see the fall foliage, as Ty's talking about, you can stay at the Inn at the Mill. 479-443-1800 is the number. 443-1800. The Inn at the Mill has beautiful oversized suites with a great view. They got the mill there on site that's fed by the spring. Great place to maybe enjoy your morning coffee. They got a great breakfast to start the day, and you'll be comfortable and you'll be conveniently located when you stay at the Inn at the Mill. 479-443-1800. No phone trees. A real human being answers the phone. They'll take your reservation or book online at innatthemill.com.
All right, so that's the kind of what's going on around here. I want to ask you, I want you to think about this question football-wise before we get into our Morning Rush Awards, kind of like the CMAs last night. I think it was Matt Jones that suggested this. What do you think? So we've got all these rumor mills and various things going on within the coaching searches, not just here in Fayetteville, but in Auburn, Alabama, Gainesville, Florida, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and on and on. NFL teams will put out publicly, we have interviewed so-and-so. If you want to eliminate
there's a Rooney rule, and they have to meet certain qualifications in the NFL.
Okay, so why, if you're in a situation like Hunter Yurachek and you don't want these different rumors and various things getting out, or not just Hunter or any other AD or anyone else that's involved in a coaching search, doesn't that make sense to do in some sort of college as well?
I think that'd help us in the job we do, and we would have more substance. But I mean, if I go and interview for a job that I may or may not be serious about, and let's just say I'm just lukewarm to the idea of even moving, but I want to hear more. I don't want my current employer. I mean, here's the thing with Lane Kiffin. His fiddling around and flirting and playing footsie with LSU in Florida is going to cost him some fans. I mean, Frank Broyles used to say you lose 10% of your fan base every time your name comes up in a job and you don't squash it. Lane Kiffin can afford to lose a little bit of his fan base, and he can win some back with wins. But that's the danger with coaches. The danger with ADs is you interviewed, let's just say it got out that Hunter Yurachek had interviewed John Calipari but didn't get him. Well, that's going to make him look foolish, even though it really wasn't. Now, we know how it turned out, but let's just say it was what they said it was on the surface. He just wanted to talk about some other candidates and get some insight from the face of college basketball, and that's all it really was. Well, it makes Hunter Yurachek look foolish in the public eye.
Okay. That makes sense.
So, I mean, if I'm the AD, I'm not putting that out. And if I'm the candidate, I don't really want anyone. I mean, if I was going to interview for a job that's not the one I've had for the last 22 years, probably wouldn't want any of my coworkers or my boss to know about it.
We've just seen a shift with college athletics moving more towards a professional model, i.e. the injury report, which, by the way, Braylon Russell is still on as questionable, as is Charlie Collins. Anthony Hill, good linebacker for Texas, is on there too. And so that made sense to me, but you kind of pointed out some things that I hadn't necessarily thought about with current employers and everything else.
And I know the Rooney rule exists to create opportunities for minority candidates to get guaranteed interviews. I don't know that there is a public requirement element to that. It may be, but are they required? I don't think they're required to publicly state who they've interviewed.
Publicly? No, I say you can freedom of information request it. I don't even
so.
know if I don't even
think so.
I think actually the backdoor way that Arkansas and other institutions get out of it is they hire a search firm that makes it.
No, I'm talking about in the NFL. I don't think they're required. To tell you who they've interviewed. Listen, when you're talking about jobs, families, when a head coach changes, it's not just the head coach and his family. There's 125, 150 other people in that building, and then the 2 or 3 or 4 people connected to all. There's 500-600 people that are going to be affected by this coaching change. Yeah. And then guess what? Probably 300, 400, 500 more people will be moving to Arkansas, and 300, 400, 500 people will be leaving Arkansas. It's the nature of the business, but I think you owe some respect to those people who, their lives are uprooted because their $60,000 a year job is going to be changed because the new coach is bringing in a, assistant to the video coordinator.
Hogball
says
just
the way it works.
Political affiliation should be an interview question when they interview these candidates here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. You bring up Lane Kiffin, which has been obviously a big topic, not just amongst sports radio people here, but really everywhere in the SEC footprint, but overall.
Yeah.
Do you think he's worth it?
Is Lane Kiffin worth it?
Is he worth
probably
sending? He's 50 right now. He's got a long roadway ahead. hasn't won anything, as we pointed out. Bruce pointed that out earlier this week.
Won a lot of regular season games,
but
nothing postseason.
Nothing postseason. Personally, I think he would be to go out and spend maybe an excessive amount of money for. But I also get the flip side of that, which is like he hasn't accomplished what he's probably going to get paid to do and expected to do. So there's risk in every coaching hire, but there is, I think, more risk there than people are willing to admit on Lane Kiffin.
Again, I said this yesterday. If I'm Lane Kiffin, just keep your powder dry. They'll love you in Oxford for a long time, and then when that Alabama job opens up, which is the one I think his heart really wants, jump all over it. You'll be fine right there in Oxford. Keep doing what you're doing. Kalen DeBoer will run his course. He's not going to have a 15-year run. You'll have your chance in probably sooner years rather than later years.
Do you think Saban would have lasted and had the same success level with Oklahoma and Texas in the league at that 15-year? I was thinking about that.
Yeah, because his processes were better than anyone else's. If he had a decline, and it was coming, it was going to be for two reasons. Yeah. NIL and portal and age. I mean, the NIL and the portal leveled the playing field, and that's what was going to catch up with him. He knew that.
He still looks pretty good for 70 years. It
looks like he's lost weight when you look at him on TV. It looks like he's probably dropped 15 pounds. Looks thinner in the face.
There's coaches that eat a ton during the season because they just get so stress eating, which I think we all do to a certain extent. But I don't know if I feel Saban would have the same track record of success with Oklahoma and Texas in the league. I think that
But I think NIL and portal would, again, be the bigger factors in Texas and OU.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone's going to out-coach him over the long haul. They may beat him on a given day, but no one's going to build a dynasty with him on the opposite sideline. I don't believe
Shannon feels like that agents would love the idea that put out there about you'd have to release the interviews. But I get your perspective coming from that. And being at the institution you're at, it probably would not look good if that was public. Like, there was no debate. This happened. You can't dispute it if that was actually something you started doing in college.
This isn't an election. there to me is a certain level of privacy when you're talking about job interviews that I think is expected. So I don't think requiring them to be public I think that's a step too far. Hey, LureNet.com's got all the favorite stocking stuffers this holiday season for the angler on your list. And if you're looking for some deals, the Black Friday deals are already up at LureNet.com. Rebel Yum, Booyah, and a lot more. The Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue would be a good one. You can find some stocking stuffers for all the anglers on your list this year. That's LureNet.com, LureNet.com.
How much of the CMAs did you watch last night? Brennan says he watched it, and he says amen to the Ella Langley comment that I made earlier.
I was in and out on it. I had a phone call that I jumped on that lasted about an hour last night. I watched, and then I had to get off for a little conference call, and then got back in, and just in time to see Laney get female vocalist and then entertainer of the year at the end.
Was it a family member or was it work related? Both.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, the football season is not over for Arkansas. I got 2 games left and no postseason, unfortunately. We've got a pretty good sense and pretty good idea of SEC and players and coaches. So had Colton whip this up. This is our Morning Rush Awards for the SEC.
Bulldogs, Beamer, Volunteer. I've got quite a song you'll hear. Kiffin, cowbells, Crimson Tide. Buckle up and start this ride. Ooh, different Columbias. Don't you think that's funny, huh? With passion so fierce, we'll poison a tree. Welcome to the top. The tell but stop. Saturday's our holiday. This conference is the best you'll say. 16 towns So strike the band, enjoy the show. These rivalries, they never rest. For tonight we crown the very best. We all bow down to Commissioner Sankey in the mighty SEC. In the mighty SEC.
Live from the Busch Light Studio, it's the Morning Rush SEC Awards with the legend Tommy Kraft. Here's your host, Ty Richardson.
Coach of the Year.
John Pardo, thank you.
Coach of the Year of the Southeastern Conference through 10 weeks of football is Clark Lee. I don't know how you say anyone else. Do you dispute?
I second the motion.
Okay. Colton, do you second that said motion too?
Third, actually.
Okay,
yes.
All right. Morning Rush consensus. Clark Lee is our.
I don't even think there's consideration for any other candidate.
Mike Elko,
Mike Elko.
undefeated.
Yeah.
Texas A&M.
But we expected A&M to be good.
Yeah.
I mean,
those are the only two, but I would still give it to Clark Lee.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. All right. Team of the year. I'm going to go Ole Miss.
I'm going to go A&M.
Okay. Ole Miss.
I mean, they're undefeated.
One loss on the road in Athens, and it was a close game. Trinidad Chambliss dominated basically first half, three quarters, and they ended up losing. But even in the midst of all this, Lane Kiffin's kept his team on track. Now, it's partially to his own doing that he's in the spotlight. But I think it's Ole Miss.
Well, and I know you argued yesterday, and you're not wrong about the schedule A&M has had to play in league play, but they got the win of the year, perhaps, in a win at Notre Dame. They dismantled LSU and Death Valley at night.
Mm-hmm.
But, they haven't played all of the rough and tumble of the league. They have avoided Alabama at this point. LSU was thought to have been really good. They, as we said, physically beat them up, beat Missouri. And we're going to find out if they're for real, I guess, the final week of the year. But I don't know how you could not give an award of that nature to an undefeated SEC team in Texas A&M.
I think I know where you're going to go for this one. My player of the year, so I'm going to stay within Oxford. Trinidad Chambliss, Ferris State, comes in, first start against Arkansas, unfortunately. We know how that went, and has played magnificent throughout the year. I think Gunnar Stockton's up there. I'm going to guess you're going to go Diego Pavia for your player of the year.
I mean, just to be different, I think you have to go Pavia. Just the way he's, lit the room up, the quarterback room in this league. So, I mean, I don't think you can really go wrong with either of those choices.
And I know Ty Simpson did not have a great game against Oklahoma, but other than last week, he's been so key and essential in some of their big victories. So I would go Chambliss. Game of the year, I'm going to say Georgia against Ole Miss. Georgia down for, I think, 3/4 of that game, ends up storming back. Gunnar Stockton. You think about, I think it was 41-36. I think it was a very similar score that it was when Arkansas went to Oxford, if I remember that right. But the game of the year in the SEC thus far, and I thought about saying Texas-Ohio State just because it was back and forth defensive battle, but I'm going Georgia and Ole Miss.
Just to be different, how about last week's game, OU at Alabama, and the way that one played out, and the fact that OU, went in there and clamped down defensively. Just to be different, OU and Alabama last week.
Play of the year last week. Kirby Smart, after scoring a touchdown, calling an onside kick and recovering it. How many times do you see that in a college football game? We saw in the national championship with Alabama and Clemson back, I think, in 2016. And the Crimson Tide ended up, I think, scoring 2 special team touchdowns that day. But I'm going to say that call, just to have the guts, the cojones, and the trust in your team in that situation where you can put the defense in a bad spot. I'm going to say that's the play of the year and call of the year from Kirby Smart.
Well, I'm bad about on being put on the spot on the play of the year. But the one that jumps out and it's not the play of the year was the LSU running back sliding to stop the clock. Maybe that's the smartest play of the year in a game that pretty much meant nothing. But Colton, go ahead. I got to think on this a little bit more.
I would say probably the third down play of the year, the one that helped us here in Arkansas the most, is whenever they brought in Austin Simmons to convert that third down, and then that just kind of had the season writing on the wall for you right there after that.
I'm going to go back to the
3rd and 8
to the Auburn game and the goal line play, and the one that's still controversial on whether or not that was a touchdown or not a touchdown. That's the play of the year right now in this league.
Georgia's not in contention for the SEC championship with that loss to Auburn, and I think Yeah, they'd already lost to Alabama.
So, and I mean, it's that close, but I mean, whether it's a defensive stand or whether the ball got across the line, I mean, that might be the most defining play of the year, and it ultimately was a big part of the undoing for Hugh Freeze.
I wish we could feature Arkansas in some of these categories, but unfortunately, with the 2-8 season, probably going to end up 2-10. It's really difficult to do that, and yet I think they're going to go to Austin this weekend, compete, and probably lose by a touchdown or so, and cover.
Or maybe
against the
less.
Horns.
Yeah.
They might.
Yeah.
They might.
Any other categories, or is that?
Unless you want to add one.
Is that wrap up? We did Coach of the Year. We didn't do Quarterback of the Year. We did Player of the Year and kind of picked Pavia.
I feel like that's a quarterback award. That's kind of what I said. I mean,
any other categories? We should. I'm just thinking through there. Anything
you
defensively?
Typically do freshmen. You typically maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Not that I care.
It's too deep, deep divey.
Hey, how about this best firing of the year? Because that's been pretty. You got multiple ones to choose from.
Best firing for the school themselves,
just in the league.
You got to give credit to Arkansas for getting it done early.
Well, I'm going to give Bobby Petrino the award because he came in and cleaned house on the defensive staff right away. That was highly unusual. So I'll do that. All right, the SEC. College football. I mean, what do we call it? It's the
Morning Rush SEC Awards.
The SEC Awards are homage to the CMAs last time. Brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group. You can go on. You can go on right now and get on the phone 479-587-3300. Talk to one of their pros about top quality aggregates and ready mix concrete, and they've got all the details. There's like 37 variables. Do you know that when you get a load of ready mix? There's like 30, and they can walk you through exactly the right slump and the right mix and the right coloring and the right everything that you need when it comes to your ready mix. It's not just as simple as you might think. And that's why they've got the pros at APAC and Standard Materials Group. 587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group.
Hog Update coming your way next. What did Petrino have to say on his coach's show last night?
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
Yeah, it looked like Wyatt got it.
Cam Shanks deep for Arkansas. Razorbacks blocked it. They pick it up with a 15. That's going to be a touchdown.
You're listening to the Morning Rush.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
You don't know that? Do I have to kind of talk you through everything?
This is the Morning Rush.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Wrath Auto Resources. All this month, take advantage of huge discounts on our road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Wrath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, wrathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
When a business has been around more than 65 years, you know they're doing something right. Hey, Ty Richardson for Johnny's Transmission. They've been trusted in Fort Smith and the River Valley since 1959. Located at 1212 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith, they strive to make every customer's experience outstanding and want your vehicle to be in the best condition for the road ahead. Check out their website, johnnystransmissionfs.com, and find them on Facebook. Johnny's Transmission, family owned and operated since 1959.
Right now, someone in a Hardee's kitchen is about to warm up your holiday with the new grilled cheese bacon burger. Charbroiled 100% Angus beef, bacon, and Swiss and American cheese melting on our soft, buttery sourdough. And our new grilled cheese breakfast sandwich with sausage or bacon and a fried egg. For your inner child and your grown-up cravings, the new grilled cheese bacon burger and breakfast sandwich. For a limited time, only at Hardee's. Cinnamon raisin biscuits are back. Unwrap them while you can. Only for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Freshen up your golf game at the Golf Nut. We've got the latest apparel and head covers from Pins and Aces, plus new shirts and shorts from Red Vanley. Ghost golf bags are here in Sunday bag, carry, and card 14 styles. Zero torque putters are the hottest thing on the greens. Check out our models from TaylorMade, Lab Golf, and Odyssey. For precision on every shot, we've got rangefinders from Blue Tees and Bushnell. Visit the Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith. Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994.
Are you a realtor looking for the right team to grow your career? Join the Limbird Real Estate Group, the #1 real estate team in Arkansas. Limbird provides you with everything you need to succeed. Access to a database of over 80,000 leads, full training and support, professional marketing and social media content, all handled for you. Plus health insurance, a stock purchase plan, and revenue share opportunities. If you're ready to grow your business with the best, apply today at limbirdteam.com. That's limbirdteam.com, where realtors go to win.
Are you an electrician that's looking for a smaller, non-corporate job? Well, I'm here in studio with Sloan Walker of Sloan Electric. Sloan, what do you currently have open?
2 journeyman spots open and a 4th-year apprentice. If you have 1 to 2 years experience with those, you'd be a great fit for my company. We do residential, commercial, and industrial installs. Normal working hours are 8 to 4:30, so you can focus on your home life outside of your career. Best way to get in contact with me is just give me a phone call or text at 479-461-4302. Sloan Electric. We can power up together.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those.
107 down.
This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
Everybody, Woo Big Suey. This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Yeah, I think we're just trying to give him that time to see if he's going to be available or not. You know, it's not been determined yet, but I think he has a ways to go.
SEC availability report came out last night. Braylon Russell still on there as questionable, as is Charlie Collins. On the Texas side, and that's who Petrino was just talking about there, Braylon. On the Texas side, Anthony Hill is questionable, one of the best linebackers in all of college football and a key part of that Texas defense. Ryan Wingo, Ronnie's little brother, is probable. He is the leading wide receiver for the Texas Longhorns, and Petrino was talking about his older brother and Ryan a little bit on the coach's show.
You know, they got one of my old favorite players' brother, who's a pretty good player in the Wingo, Ryan Wingo. He's not going to line up in the backfield and run any wheel routes, but he is going to be out there on the edge and run go routes and post routes. And they do like to throw some little screens to him and let him run after the catch too. So we've got to know where he's at on the field every time.
Tommy, Arkansas held Texas down offensively last year, 20 points. Quinn Ewers in that group. That was, I think, the lowest point total they had scored like all season prior to Ohio State. Texas offense, not as good this year, but if you let that kid get out in space, they could they could score a lot more points than they have all season long.
Had success and not been blown out against these guys, but we hadn't played down there in what's it been 35 years in a conference game and played there in some non-con games. Texas has to win this game. They need to probably win it convincingly and then beat A&M to make their case to the committee. So this is a moment. I don't know that they can just snap their fingers and blow out the Hogs with the offense that the Razorbacks have, but I guarantee you that's the mindset for Texas, or at least their fans, that, hey, we need to win this game convincingly.
Yeah, and defensive coordinators are, I think, always wary of Taylor Green and the plays he can make. Texas is really good at forcing negative plays, good in the turnover margin, something that Arkansas has been terrible in all season long. And, Taylor's had some pretty good road appearances, and, I think about what he did against the Ole Miss Rebels. I think about, at times, what he was doing against Tennessee. Not so much against LSU, unfortunately, with the 2 interceptions. And I don't know if you put that fumble or on Mike or on him. But how many got to score against these guys to have a chance to win? Because you pointed out last week, you think LSU's 23, you're going to win that football game.
Because I'm going to keep saying 35 points to have a chance to win.
Mm-hmm. And even you scored 36 against Ole Miss and lost that. But that's against Trinidad Shamblitz in that offense, which we know is really good. And Arkansas's defense.
To me, the key this week, or the question for this week, can you put enough pressure on Manning, because their offensive line is giving him protection, to make him make mistakes? And Arkansas had done a great job of making people pay for the mistakes they make, because, we know what the turnover margin is. The interception numbers haven't been great. You got, one pick six, and the turnover margin's bleak. So, can you find a way to flush that young man out of the pocket and make him throw on the run and make some errors? Because he's not the best even with time back there.
Roger,
he's better with time.
Roger feels strongly that Arkansas is going to win this game. He wants for me to wager a lunch on it. Roger, I really don't want you to have to pay for lunch, man. I wish I was wrong about that.
I'd make it a neighbor's meal lunch. Since Roger's in Harrison, that'd be worth losing just to get to go to neighbor's meal.
I'll pay if you want to make that deal. I'll pay for lunch if Arkansas wins this game, and we'll happily pay for that lunch. All right, that's your Hog update.
Neighbor's meal.
Yeah,
you can pay for that. Can I go?
It's a double invite. If you want to come too, you can come too. All right, that's your Hog update.
Some of that sweet bread.
It's brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
In case you were wondering, and Ty, I know you were, the line is still at 9. Texas Longhorns favored by 9. Arkansas's plus 275 on the money line, and the over-under is shifted to 57.5. So you can find all the action, more wagers, all of it at BetSaracen.com. You can even find some A-State action for tonight as Arkansas State in action. So it's all there with the BetSaracen app.
I know anytime you play Texas, the different rivalry games, good and bad. How do you, if you're talking to just a college football fan that doesn't know a lot about the Razorbacks and the Longhorns, how do you describe this rivalry? Or a young Razorback fan who's experienced this maybe for the first time this weekend. He's watching with Dad or Grandpa or Uncle Joe. How do you describe this?
David and Goliath. You define it as big versus little, because that's really what it's been. You've been the underdog a lot more often than you've ever been the favorite. And you just look at the series records. You're always fighting uphill. So this is little brother versus big brother. It's, I know we don't like to be cast in that light, but it's reality. So these are wins that matter. And it's always defined, usually as you can beat Texas, still don't have a great year, but it's going to take some of the shine off this black eye you've had on the 25 campaign. It's like a win over Texas always does that. So seems to. Hey, if you're going to Austin this week, and I know some of you are packing up today and hitting the road soon, be sure and download the Hit That Line Now app, delivered by Taco Bell. Whether you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered. The Hit That Line Now app has all your favorite programs, both live and on demand, so you can listen to our podcast versions of the Morning Rush, Halftime, and Ruskin and Zach. Arkansas Game Day, if you're in Austin, you can listen live for our pre- and post-game shows right here as well. So the Hit That Line Now app, anywhere you go, powered by Taco Bell.
Morning Rush Daily Question coming up. James Franklin had his press conference and did his media stuff yesterday that we'll get into for the former Vanderbilt and Penn State head coach. Lots to still get to here. Stay with us here on the Morning Rush, ESPN Arkansas, and hitthatline.com.
Don't leave the bench.
Find our live video stream on Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram, and Twitch.
You don't leave the bench.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
And he's gotten hit quite a few times, and we've just got to double that and hit him more.
This is The Morning Rush.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. All this month, take advantage of huge discounts on our road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Powerball jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
I would buy a mansion, buy my dream car.
I've always wanted to go to Dublin, sit in a pub, and just kind of see what life's like.
I'm probably going to pass out.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Powerball jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Why wait till Monday for your dental emergency? At Valley Urgent Dental, we know your pain cannot wait. Broken tooth, painful infections, sports injuries, we've got you covered. Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry are here when you need them most. Call them at 479-235-5655. Valley Urgent Dental is available on weekends when your regular dentist is closed. Valley Urgent Dental at 5505 Uper Lane behind Golden Corral in Fort Smith. Do not wait. Your smile deserves immediate care.
It's always good to be home for the holidays. So if you are currently looking for a different rental, or you're new to the area and looking for your first rental in the River Valley, Marshall's Management has you covered. Apartments, duplexes, and single-family homes are all part of Marshall's rental inventory. And currently, Marshall's is offering holiday specials with big discounts on first month's rent and signing gifts to help you enjoy the holidays in your new home. Check out availability at marshallsrentals.com and get your unit picked out before they're all gone.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Is your business's IT infrastructure secure? At Dixie Digital, we provide comprehensive managed IT services to ensure your systems are running smoothly and your data is protected. Combine that with Xerox, Brother, and Epson reliable printers and copiers, and you've got everything you need for success. Call us today at 783-6600 to learn more about our IT services and special offers. Dixie Digital Imaging, your trusted partner for IT and document management.
Hey drivers, got a reefer on the fritz or a trailer that needs some TLC? Roll into High Tech Truck Refrigeration Service in Van Buren, your one-stop, full-service, semi-truck and trailer repair facility, proudly serving you for over 30 years. At High Tech Truck, they do it all: DOTs, preventative maintenance, structural repairs, and expert reefer service. Fast, reliable, and driver approved. Call High Tech Truck today at 479-474-2220. Keep your wheels and your freight moving. High Tech Truck, proud sponsors of Arkansas football.
You can't control your future, but you can control which Taco Bell Lux Cravings box you're gonna get later. Iconic classics for $5, a plethora of indulgences for $7, or diving into the unknown for $9, where the new steak and poblano rolled quesadilla rolls real fire-roasted poblanos into a whole new thing. In any event, the future is literally in your hands. Now eat it before it gets cold. Choose your Lux Cravings box today, only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at CarpathSocial.com.
So, if bold and big font, if Arkansas won in Austin on Saturday, what do you mean? If Arkansas win, would that disgust you if Arkansas won?
No. Thought I got rid of the cough.
Okay. Does it change the way you would define this season? Is this could a win Saturday really do much, or is it just a light coat of lipstick on a pig? What would a win do in your mind to change your perception of the 25 season?
I mean, anytime you beat Texas, whether people want to admit it or not, it's significant. You went there in 2003 with Madden, George Wilson, those guys won that game. You went in 2008, got clocked. You mentioned 1990 was the last time you've been there as a conference opponent. They're still in the college football playoff line. On the outside looking in, you could eliminate them fully from that. This is still one of the better programs in college football, even though they've been underwhelming, whether Sark wants to admit it or not. So, yeah, I think it changes the outlook. There's a big difference between saying you're 0-8 in the SEC and like 1-7. Huge difference in my mind. And that might sound like loser talk to some people. No. But I think it's significant.
South Carolina's down there with one win. I think State's still down there with. I haven't paid a lot of attention, but I think it's State. I mean, you could at least,
Did South Carolina have they won an SEC game?
They had an early win.
Maybe Kentucky, maybe.
Yeah, I don't remember who, but Arkansas is the only winless in league play team.
You could at least there's no debate right now. Arkansas is the worst program in the SEC. And the worst team. You can at least have
best 2-8 team.
Yeah,
in the country.
you can at least have a debate if you go beat Texas, and that's not what we're gunning for. That's not what whoever the next head coach is gunning for, to be second or last or third to last in this league. But yeah, I have a different appearance on the season, and it would be kind of like a goodbye, nice little gift from Bobby Petrino. Because even if he wins this weekend, I don't think he's going to be a head coach. It would be like you went in there in 08, you got beat 52-10. Then you come in there, maybe one of the last two games you'll ever coach. Here's the interim, and you beat your most hated rival.
You could win this game and jump into a tie with State, Auburn, and South Carolina, who all have one win. You get 2 wins, and you jump way up the list to be tied with Kentucky and Florida at 2-5. Well, they'll probably end up 2-6, but. Yeah, that's where you could be.
Matt also points out it would shut Brian and Ozark up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too.
And JR said it would also give you back-to-back wins, potentially, if you could beat Missouri.
Here's the only downside to winning is the keep Bobby conversation just continues to live. It stays on life support. It stays on life support for one more week. What was that?
What's back in the race?
Oh. if he wins these last two, I think that heats up. There's no reason to believe that's going to happen. But, when you get down to it, and here Arkansas is, it's the 20th of November, and no one seems to have a clue who the next head coach is going to be. We know it's not James Franklin. That's about all we can say at this point. And I don't think it's going to be Lane Kiffin. So, that's kind of, we're kind of at a spot where, if it's, who is it? And you can't really eliminate his name. And a win this week, I think, keeps him somewhere near the top of the list.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Here's the thing about Petrino, and I think people, the ones that are for him, have maybe misinterpreted what I've said. I don't think that Bobby Petrino would be able to garner enough booster support that you need to compete in this league. And that's why I'm out on him. If there is a way that you could get bigwigs with money to fully back Bobby Petrino, then that is a lot more of a discussion in my mind. But I just don't think it is. And I could be proven. Again, I'm not in those rooms. I'm not with Hunter and going through those conversations.
So what are you basing that on? Because the guys with the big money, are old enough to, they remember 15 years ago.
They do, yeah.
And they remember all of 15 years ago. They remember everything that happened, the good and the bad. But they remember the thrill of victory and how awesome it was to go to games and to watch the BCS standings came. We're still in the BCS era. They'd come out and you had to watch that show because you were relevant.
See you slotted at number 3. Oh, apparently South Carolina's going to be relevant this time next year, according to Shane Beamer, by the way.
He's saying what he needs to say. But I don't know. For me, beating Texas doesn't do a lot to change my outcome.
Nothing. You're going to finish below 500, right? It's not going to be a winning season, correct?
Mathematically impossible.
Then it's a failure. Then the season is a failure. Doesn't matter if you beat Texas, LSU, Missouri to finish the season. Doesn't matter if you beat your biggest rivals. It's a failure.
Okay, so is there any momentum bounce? Is there any Is there any lift on launching your platform with a win, even with the new coach?
That's
a couple of wins here. Does it help you in the portal? Does it help you
gotta get the
in
games out of the
recruiting?
way
Does it help you any way, shape, or form moving forward?
I think it at least shows
the season. It's over.
I think it's got to help with boosters and donors and support of the program.
I think it at least shows that you have capability.
What are you playing for? There's got to be something we're playing for
your
these
next
last
school,
2 weeks.
Kate, for your next school.
Yeah, next school. That's basically what Petrino said in a nutshell. I agree with that sense. And you got to be able to show a potential head coach while the transfer portal exodus is coming from Fayetteville, that there is some talent on the roster that you can go into an opposing SEC venue and win.
I'll tell you what else you're playing for. If you can win this week, you might have a semblance of a crowd for the Missouri game. Mm-hmm. You go get housed this week, and I would really be concerned, or I'm going to be concerned about how many people will take time off on their Thanksgiving holiday, not go deer hunting, and come to the game at 2:30.
JR's position on Petrino is pretty simple. He'd rather have him than some mid-major coach like Chad Morris.
That's kind of where I've been.
That's so afraid. You're so afraid of failing again the exact same way that you're bound to sit in the same spot. If you're not afraid to try, you're going to stay in the same spot.
It's like the
so lazy.
Colton made the when Petrino first got hired, he made the Lincoln Matthew McConaughey bit that you go sometimes the best way to what is it?
Sometimes you got to go back.
But Colt, you're coming from a perspective as though we can afford to take another risk.
No, now listen. When I
said
you laughed at me when I told you that there was a big
I
thing
changed
coming,
my mind.
and I know
I
so there
changed my
is a
mind.
risk. But in order to take a risk, you have to try everything. And if you're so afraid, you're going to be doomed with
you
all
got
these.
to take calculated risks.
So everybody, bring them out. All your favorite retreads, line them up. We'll do it like The Bachelor. We'll interview them one by one. Hey, how much of a loser are you this month or this year? When was the last time you got fired? When was the last time you had a scandal? God, bring them all back.
Well, so let's just hire Bob Chesney because he took the place of Kirk Signetti, so he's got to be great.
So somebody brand new who's up and coming who can relate to a young football player, sign me up.
This is fun.
Just draw him out of a hat.
That's what you're doing with all the same old retreads. Interview Malzahn,
at least you know the hat.
Hey, what's
at least you know the hat and the name's in the hat.
It's an old wrinkly hat. Time to get a new one.
It's an old hat. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily question. What was it again? What were we at? Oh, the Texas.
Does a win against Texas do anything to change your perspective on this season?
Perfect place for Christmas party this holiday season is Cart Pass Social, 122 Grant Place in Lowell. Nate Garahan, Christian Olsen can have your party at Cart Pass Social. Check them out in Lowell. Again, 122 Grant Place and cartpasssocial.com. It is always BYOB at Cart Pass Social. Let's go to Lafayette, where William is here, the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, where they're paying your state sales tax up to $1,500 this month. William, go ahead.
Good morning. How y'all doing today?
Good, buddy.
All right, so the daily question, I don't think it puts lipstick on a pig. I think it might put a small coat of chapstick on a pig. But if we do beat Texas, gentlemen, I think years from now, it'll be the one thing we can look back and say, in our worst season ever, we still beat you, son of a gun. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's something that'll resonate for this year, but it'll be something we carry in our hip pocket for down the road.
Yeah.
Well,
But
we don't love this team,
go
but we
ahead.
still hate Texas, don't we, William? Like this week, it's been kind of lackadaisical, but hopefully the hatred will just keep bubbling and building up, or by the time game time starts, you're back in that mode of how much you hate the Horns.
Oh, well, I hate them every day, right? Every time I get on with a few people in Houston, I can't stand them. But if you don't mind, I'd like to talk about something, get you guys' opinion on it, right? It kind of correlates back to that topic y'all were talking about, the up-and-coming coach. Is it unreasonable to think, right, that Hunter Yurachek would not, I mean, officially, yes, we started the process for a coaching search that Sunday after the Notre Dame game. But he had to be prepared, like not even this season. I'm talking about back in the last season, to know that the potential for a replacement having to come. And all this preparation and all this behind the doors meetings to get this money right, to get a game plan together, he had to have that in order, right? And if we end up coming with one of these coaches from the AAC, right, the flavor of the week, Eric Morris, I'm not singling him out, just offering him up as an example. To me, that indicates that we did not have any communication with others. Or if we did, we were told no. And that we're having to try to come up with the flavor of the week during this time. What is you guys' thoughts on that, right? I mean, Tommy, if you have to load that you're going to make a change, you're thinking this is going to be a potential change I'm going to have to make on this staff or by this team member, you know, and you're looking at that, assessing that over quarterly reviews or annual reviews or whatever, you know, you don't just, like, you have a plan. I would think our athletic director would have had a daggone plan.
Yeah, and unless a motorcycle goes in a ditch, when you finally let someone go, that was not the day you first thought about it. And
but Tommy,
you're exactly
Tommy,
right. You better have a plan, and hopefully Hunter Yurachek has been working on this plan long before even the Notre Dame game, is your point, and I think you're right.
And Tommy, I agree with you. I discussed this with some friends of mine. Even then, right, Petrino, no one thought when we left the Cotton Bowl we were going to make a change, or we hoped we did. If we did, he was going to be hired away, okay? But even then, we had a head start on every freaking college program in the country needing to backfill a coach, okay? We backfill with Baylor. So we have always, I feel like, had a head start on these coaching searches, and I just think we have fallen flat on our faces. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts on that.
William, thank you. We're up against the clock here, but you're right. We've rarely gotten the guy, and that's been the disappointing part. We've rarely gotten the bell of the ball. Joe's Grill and Cantina, they're going to be there Saturday for the game. Half-price apps and cheap taps. Wear your hog gear, wear your hog hats, and come to Joe's. Call the hogs, put them horns down with half-price appetizers and cheap taps on Saturday. Fresh-made, house-made salsa, crispy, warm chips, and all your favorite appetizers, the Mexican pizza, the 7-layer dip, all of it there at Joe's Grill and Cantina. 3400 South 74th Street across from Harps.
Whether you're fishing for coldwater bass on Beaver Lake or Table Rock, or fishing for a trophy brown trout on the Mighty White River, the Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue will catch them. It has that famous rolling action whether it's fished extremely slow or worked fast in heavy current. This rogue suspends, so it will stay in the strike zone longer, allowing you to catch more fish. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanar.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with RUSH25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
This is the Morning Rush.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell.
Basketballs bounce, cheerleaders cheer, and fans are flocking to the paint store in Van Buren. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their color matching. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their help with color selection. The paint store in Van Buren shares their expert advice from 35 years of experience. If you haven't been to the paint store in Van Buren, you are missing out. How about you give them a shout next time you need some real-life help you can't get on YouTube?
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Looking for a career with a company built to last? At Forsgren, we've been shaping the future of the River Valley since 1936. Nearly 90 years of excellence, innovation, and family-driven leadership. From sidewalks that still stand today to major infrastructure projects across the region, our legacy is built on quality and community. Apply now at goforsgren.com. Join the Forsgren legacy, where your work becomes part of something lasting. Forsgren, building the foundation of the River Valley for 4 generations. Apply now at goforsgren.com.
It's time for the annual 5K Mercy Turkey Run. Join us Thanksgiving morning, Thursday, November 27th, and start your holiday off on the right foot. Every participant receives a medal and t-shirt, and winners take home the pie. Don't forget about the individual and group costume contest. Make sure to register before Wednesday, November 26th at noon to join the fun. Mercy Turkey Run is proudly presented by Cherokee Casino and Hotel and Ware Construction. Bring your family and friends to Do It for the Pie. Register today at mercyhealthfoundation.net/turkey run.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
for today. Chance of seeing showers, a chance of thunderstorms or high temperatures this afternoon, upper 60s to lower 70s. Now, the chance of showers and storms tonight, the overnight low will dip down to around 60 degrees and a 50-50 chance of showers on Friday. A high will be in the low to mid 70s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Green Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. From the Bushlight Studios, this is ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
Are you sure this is legal? I don't know. It's fun though, isn't it?
And we're just simply going to sing a song for our comment. Look off to the east, thousands of trees, shade bark, oak, hickory. 200 years they've thrived on this mountainside, watching o'er the town a piece of hallowed ground. A lovely morning brings the song the wood thrush sings. I wonder if we'll hear it anymore. Silent and still, such a bitter pill. If we lose the last forest in Fayetteville.
Live from the Bushlight Studios. Produced by Colton Little.
That makes sense. Thank you, Colton.
With Ty Richardson.
Oh, it was intentional. Give me a break.
And Tommy Kraft.
What a hot mess of garbage this is.
This is The Morning Rush.
That intentional comment that I made yesterday was talking about Nick Pringle and that Dunham kid. By the way, did you see Kenny Payne, who just was...
He didn't move a muscle.
Yeah, he did. Did you see that too, Colt? I don't know if that's like... So you had the assistant sports staff and everyone else trying to keep the players at bay. Unfortunately, Isaiah went on the floor. DJ kind of went on the floor trying to get Isaiah back. But Coach Payne just kind of sat there. I don't know if that's what he's supposed to do or if that's what he's been told. It was just kind of funny to see him
He's too old to go diving into lockers.
sitting there like nothing.
He didn't even stand up. I mean, he literally sat and didn't move.
It was funny. Not that the older...
I wouldn't want him. Listen, if things are going down, I want him on my side. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just thought that was funny. All right, it's hour 2 of a Think Tank Thursday. What did you think about the city council meeting that took place in Fayetteville this week?
I guess freedom of speech means freedom of singing too.
Maybe fans should get in front of the athletic department and sing Hunter songs based on who they want him to hire as the next football coach. Maybe that.
Cry me the blues. Sing me the blues. Yeah.
See how that would go.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving from everyone at Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. They'll, of course, be closed on Thanksgiving, but that doesn't mean you can't have a little bit of your favorite stuff from Uncorked at your family get-together. Orders are being taken right now over the phone and in person. You can message them on Facebook as well and get your favorites from Uncorked for your Thanksgiving meal. They'll stop taking orders this coming Sunday, the 24th at 1 o'clock. And then you will have your chance to pick up those orders on Wednesday, the 26th. So they've got a lot of the sides. You can see the full menu on their Facebook page, whether it's their great sides. And these are all kind of designed to feed 10. So it's their garlic truffle mashed potatoes, their baked mac and cheese. Have you ever had their collard greens there? Ooh, they are good. They got this smoked potato casserole, cornbread, Brussels sprouts. They've got all that available. Even delivery available on these orders as well. They can do turkey breast. They can do a thing of salmon for you. They can do their half chicken that's jerked or regular. So if you like their jerk seasoning and flavor, they do that. And they've also got all the pies, including their sweet potato pie, pecan pie, and more available as well. So go to uncorkthefort.com, look at the Thanksgiving menu, get those orders in by this Sunday, and have a little flavor of Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue at your family get-together for this Thanksgiving.
Steven texting in here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline saying it's a decent song that they sung. What do you concur?
I did not hear a cover or another rendition on the CMAs of it last night. No. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with the answer is no. So
little different
little hippy dippy,
Hippy dippy, huh?
Hippy dippy.
Hippy dippy. So we got plenty to talk about in this hour. I do want to hit on James Franklin. I thought he had a pretty good introductory speech yesterday. I listened to some clips from that. More on Bobby Petrino talking about Cash Courtney had a comment as a Texas kid that I think really fits the mold of what this rivalry is, as we were talking about earlier, and also got some basketball stuff to get into as well. But for now, we talked to our friend Tom Murphy here, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Tom, good morning. Thanks for popping on, as always, on Thursday. I know got a chance to hear from the interim coaches for the first time this week, and Coach Colby Smith and Chris Wilson, and I say coaches, coordinators, and kind of switched it up from the players. What have you made of the job? Like, I know Petrino's, that's what everyone looks at, and the players like Talon, but what have you made of the job of those two individuals here since the Notre Dame firing on the jobs they've done as the coordinators here at Arkansas?
Yeah, well, good morning, Ty. If you're looking at the defense with Chris Wilson, you have to just, I think, judge it. It's incremental. It's not like some major, massive improvement, and it's helped them win games. But certain games they've given the offense the ball back, and LSU, for example, they played well enough on defense to win the game. But it always just seems like there's this one possession or some opponent possession where if they can stop LSU on that last one, they can get the ball back one more time, and they didn't do that. And then with Colby Smith, it was interesting to hear him talk about how when you're a position coach, you maybe feel like you're stepping over a line if you say something to a receiver or a tight end or an offensive lineman or Taylon Green. But now as a coordinator, he feels more in position to do that, make a correction or give a piece of advice. And so you see Colby growing into that role, which Bobby Petrino's entrusted him with. So it was enlightening. It really enjoyed talking to those two guys. Something Chris Wilson said was very interesting. That 5 games into a season, you don't change habits. I mean, those are already built in, and so they just tried to simplify what they could do defensively and play faster. And I think we've seen that. It's just that I'm pretty sure Arkansas faced a talent deficit over many other SEC teams on many defensive positions.
Tom, when you look at Talon, he's improved since last year. I know there's been some big turnovers and some issues in that. Arch Manning got a lot of flack earlier in the season. He's improved a little bit. I don't know how much that actually has gone on, but when you compare the two quarterbacks we have in front of us this weekend in Austin, who's had a better year?
That is a great question, because the expectation levels for both were different. Obviously, Arch Manning being, I think, the Heisman favorite at one point, a lot of pressure on his shoulders and a really tough opener at Ohio State, and just seemed off his game. Even in week 2, I remember watching that in a hotel lobby somewhere and going, wow, he threw a pick or something or just missed open guys. And you're like, man, he's not off to a great start. And then with Talon, he's got one more interception thrown than he did all of last year. And he makes some decisions in some games, in the RPO game and in passing decisions, that sometimes you wonder, what was he thinking? And even Bobby Petrino talked about that with the 2 picks last week. But how was he to know that Omega Blake was not going to cut inside on that slant at the goal line? And then on the other one, Jaden Platt was open as the tight end on the more shallow of the 2 routes, and he threw into the coverage, and it cost him a pick. But I say all that to say, I think Bobby Petrino's demands on a quarterback are so strong. It takes a personality like Talon's. Let's go back at the quarterbacks he's had at Arkansas. Casey Dick, veteran guy, he had him 1 year. Then with Ryan Mallett, he could take hard coaching. I mean, that was Ryan Mallett's deal. I think it took Tyler Wilson a little bit of time to understand and get on board with Petrino. He's tough on quarterbacks, and the system is so complicated with so many reads that it's hard to be perfect in that. And I think Talon's personality, a little bit more like Tyler Wilson, but he's handled it, and he hasn't let it, break him up. And I just think Petrino's tough on quarterbacks, but the end product is huge numbers And there's so much going on with your reads and your adjustments and things like that, the calls you have to make as a quarterback, that it's just tough on those guys. So to answer your question, Arch's team has had a better season so far than Taylor's. And so even though Taylor's numbers, especially as a rusher, are a lot better, Arch had more talent to work with. Taylor certainly has talent on offense. So I think they're comparable seasons.
Yeah. Tom, help us read the room. I mean, you're there on Mondays when Coach Petrino speaks. I know some of these meetings or press availabilities are by Zoom, but you're around the program as much as anyone. What do you sense is kind of the feeling with the current staff and the players? Do you have the feeling that they feel like there's a future and a chance for them there, or do they seem resigned to maybe what a lot of fans are feeling? There's going to be a major overhaul, and Bobby Petrino's not going to be the guy next year. What's the feel in the room when you're in there?
Well, I can't say with full assuredness what they're thinking. However, the opportunity was before them to win, like to upset a Tennessee or upset a Texas A&M, win another one of those games along the way, beat Mississippi State, go on the road and upset LSU, where the chances would have been higher for some retention, for Bobby Petrino to have a real chance. And I'm not saying he doesn't, but I think the odds have gone down substantially. So you have to start thinking and preparing for what your next step is going to be from Arkansas if you're on that staff. But what we've seen is the way they're coaching them up, the way they're adapting the Petrino model, so to speak, of being uplifting in the locker room but still teaching. You can tell that has worked well with this team because they have been competitive. However, I do believe that late in games, that there's maybe this mentality that comes over like, well, we've been in this position before. What's going to happen? And it has happened game after game. It's unbelievable the number of one-score losses that Arkansas has had. And, long-winded answer to just say that if you're in that position, you're probably looking at where your next step is going to be. I mean, who knows? There might be some retention. But I do believe whoever the next coach is, they've got to get some Arkansas-based guys. I mean, you think back over the years, the Tim Hortons, the amazing job he did to retain that class that Bobby Petrino inherited starting in 2008, the in-state class that we've never had one like it in my knowledge, and then like the Barry Lundy Juniors, the guys who played for the Razorbacks. I think there needs to be a better tie-in with the coaching staff as the Razorbacks move forward.
Yeah. So this week, Texas, a daunting task. Texas needs to win this game, but can Arkansas get enough pressure on Manning this week? I mean, he's made his mistakes. He has not had the kind of year that most expected from the Golden Boy in Texas. I mean, how do you rattle him, and how do you make him, a little off kilter this week?
Well, Arkansas, to me, it's kind of similar to LSU in that LSU's O-line had taken so much heat, and Arkansas did get some pressure, but Michael Van Buren is a very good athlete. He got out of it several times, even though they sacked him 3 or 4 times. But Arch Manning is a very good runner as well. And, so you got to be careful how you get the heat and not let him break contain. But you always think that it's possible that he's going to break contain. So it's an offensive line in Texas that has also had its issues, as LSU has, and they've got to be creative. I mean, that's why you see things like Xavier Sorey lined up on the edge. We've seen Quincy inside sometimes to better take advantage of a guard and things like that. But I think it's a critical part of this, and to limit the run game as well.
Tom Murphy with us, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Tom, outside of the game this weekend, it's more about the coaching searches versus the games, considering we have a very light SEC schedule. We got some rivalry games next weekend. Tommy and I were kicking this around earlier. Is Lane Kiffin worth it? Is he worth to overpay for to get to be the next head coach at either Florida, LSU, or elsewhere, in your opinion, or even staying in Oxford?
That's a great talk radio segment, in my opinion, but for the moment. And it's because it's drawing such attention from a national standpoint. I mean, he's taken Ole Miss into places They never have. And boy, he is basking in that. When you listen to him on the SEC webinar yesterday, it was, this is the first chance for an 11-win season. This is an Ole Miss team that's done something no one else has done. So I do believe he enjoys the attention, and he understands that he could probably take either of those two open jobs, Florida or LSU. Sounds like both are courting him, or remain in the kind of legendary hero status at Ole Miss. I don't know what his ultimate desire is, what challenges lie before him, but he certainly built Ole Miss up to the point where the chest swell with pride and things like that for the fans who haven't had that kind of success. And, I saw one writer say it since the days of segregation. So we're talking about in the 60s and stuff when Ole Miss was this relevant before. So is he worth it? I don't know. He's an entertainment figure in addition to being a really good head coach. And I think he's modified how he does things because Arkansas had a pretty good record against him and his offense until he started doing that check stuff right before the play last year, and they crushed Arkansas with that, seeing what Arkansas was going to do, and then Arkansas trying to adjust at the last second, and then throwing bombs to Jordan Watkins and things like that. So long-winded answer, but I like it for the entertainment value that it provides college football.
Tom, how many SEC teams get in the playoff?
Well, the easy answer is 5, and I think that's probably going to happen. With I guess Vanderbilt being on the edge of that. I'm going through so the locks probably at this point are A&M, Georgia, and Ole Miss. There's 3, and then Bama looks like they're in good shape, 4, and then is it Vandy in Texas maybe? Or am I leaving
Oklahoma is the one I think you're leaving out.
Yeah, Oklahoma. So you put Oklahoma in the near lock category as well. That's 4 near locks, and then Alabama, I guess, would be the 5th, the hanging team. And if they beat Auburn, win this week and then beat Auburn, I don't see why they wouldn't make it either. The championship week, though, it's going to be very intriguing. If a team doesn't play in championship week versus a team that plays in it and loses, that's ranked higher than that other team, that's going to be a little bit of a dilemma for this selection committee.
Tom, basketball game the other night, a little closer than anyone would have liked, at least too close for comfort. Get the win over Winthrop. Jackson State coming up. Is this team ready for Duke on Thanksgiving evening?
Man, at this point, it doesn't look like it. You don't want to be a team that plays to the level of your opponent, but I mean, Winthrop, Arkansas has got to defend the 3-point line better to be a quality team. There's a lot of talent on this roster, so we know the potential is there. When you play Michigan State as close as you did, the potential is there. But somehow or another, Cal and his staff have got to rein in the talent and say, look, we cannot be messing around in games like this. Duke will blow our doors off. They have to be a more physical interior team, a better rebounding team in traffic, and defend the 3 better, or your talent is not going to equal the level of your output. So they got a long ways to go. This, you can play comparative scores now. Auburn blew Jackson State's doors off last night, so can Arkansas do the same? And then going into the Duke game, we're going to see a real test.
Tom, we'll leave it there. Have a great weekend and a safe trip to Austin, and we'll talk to you on Tuesday.
All right, see ya.
All right, Tom Murphy with us, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, Whole Hog Sports. It's brought to you this morning by Mock Legal Solutions. 479-769-1505 is their number. They have an office in Fort Smith, also in Sallisaw, Oklahoma as well. Jackie's well-versed in all areas of the law with over 13 years of experience. Criminal law is an area that, we hope you don't need it. But if you find yourself in need of legal defense for a criminal matter, maybe it's something you've been falsely accused of. Maybe you're guilty and you need to make the best deal. Maybe it's a DUI or a traffic violation, or you've just found something that's a run of bad luck that's found you on the wrong side of the issue. Jackie's there to represent you and walk you through every step of the way. 479-769-1505. Again, licensed in Arkansas and in Oklahoma. Or go to mocklegalsolutions.com.
We got a field stormer. And folks, you're saying, now why would you field storm? It's a number 15 team in the country. You want to know why? Because rivalries matter in college football. And this one runs deep. real deep.
That's Joe Tess, who's on the call this weekend with Jesse Palmer back in 2021 when you beat Texas. Post 2029, is this important to continue, Arkansas and Texas? Because you're going to be on this rotation. Yeah. You think it is? You still feel like it?
Yeah. I mean, now I could live without it. And I think maybe it makes some of those games more special. Is it important? Yeah, because there's a lot of our fan base that give a lot of money that think this is the number one rivalry and the biggest game. For me, not so much. But I think as you get to our more experienced fans, the Texas game's always going to be number one with them.
So 6, 7, 8, 9 are going to feature LSU, Texas, and Missouri every year. You'll probably, when do you think that announcement will come out? In 29 that the next 4 opponents might change for other, or excuse me, 3 opponents might change for
who? I mean,
for SEC
we're
schools.
guessing. I mean, you're assuming there won't be more expansion of the SEC. I mean, we think we're all set. Well, still don't have as many as the Big Ten, and there might be an opportunity. I mean, who knows? I mean, by about every 4 or 5 years, there's been some expansion recently.
And so to me, you always come back to the money, like television. Texas and Oklahoma makes geographical sense where they're at.
Well, and they're national brands.
Yeah, they're national brands. If you expand either like up east a little bit, like the Carolinas and the Virginias and stuff, that doesn't make sense in terms of brands. You get those television markets, I guess, but it doesn't. I don't know if there's a surefire, like people say Florida State, Clemson. We already have Georgia. You already have South Carolina. So that's why they went and got, I mean, you got Oklahoma City, but like you said, Oklahoma's more of a national brand. Texas, you get Austin. You had Texas already with College Station, but it's still a national brand. I don't see anyone that makes sense that you can add within a geographical standpoint that is a national brand or adds a television footprint.
You know, the ACC and the Big 12 are still, they're not the Big 10 of the SEC, but I'm not saying there's going to be more expansion, but you say, well, when's this announcement going to happen? I don't know. We may stay at 16 for here on. I still think that in 2030, when the TV contracts come back around, there's going to be more conversation about, a Super League. And again, you've got to be in a position to absolutely be included in that Super League.
Do you think, so let's say one of the Virginia schools get added to the SEC, where James Franklin just got introed yesterday. According to Front Runner Sports, they're investing $229 million.
Not at once, but over a 5-year period.
Yeah, they're calling it the Invest to Win.
And that's their they call it the Board of Visitors.
Yeah.
Be our Board of Trustees. That's a big step up. I mean, they have stepped up, and they're going to allocate the funds. I mean, should our Board of Trustees be messaging and signaling something on a similar basis?
Well, that's what I was going to ask. It's like when I saw that report, and
that's not new. That was done when they fired their coach.
Mm-hmm. Well, they were putting it out there to come up with the plan. This is the actual fact and figure number that's just been released.
I think the 229's been out.
Has it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've read it for a little while.
So, like you said, that was where I was going to get to.
That's how you get a coach, right there.
Yeah, and that's Hunter's talked about forming a plan at was that the Little Rock Touchdown Club?
Well, I mean, he could talk about it, but Hunter can't
have
just
to approve it.
Magic wand $200+ million into existence.
Mm-hmm.
This is above his pay grade. I mean, you can blame Hunter if you want, but I mean, this is at a higher level. This is governor, board of trustees level stuff here. This is maybe state legislature stuff here. The funding has to come from somewhere. Are you, as a citizen of our state, willing to pay an additional tax or have an additional fee? Or, I mean, the money,
that
money isn't going to grow on a tree, so it's got to come from somewhere.
Is that legal to do? To just tax Arkansans?
Well, we can vote it in. We can do. I mean, yeah, that's legal. I mean, is it that big a priority to most of our citizens? I think so. I think we'd all say yes until we actually had to foot the bill.
Yeah.
If we just declared today, hey, we're adding $100 to everyone's property tax, and all that $100 statewide is going to NIL in Fayetteville.
I think
people in Jonesboro probably aren't going to be real happy with it.
Raise them student fees, baby.
And now that you're out,
I'm not in school anymore. Raise them student fees. Jack them up. Get more kids coming to campus. because they want a good football program, help out the football program, raise the student fees, double, triple, quadruple them. I don't really care, but there's money to be made there.
Yeah. Hey, the turkey run's coming up a week from this morning. It'll be done by this time next week. The turkey run with the Mercy Health Foundation presented by Cherokee Casino. If you'd like to run in the 5K that morning, and I may go out and I don't know how much running we'll do, but we'll finish the 5K. We'll get a walk and run in. It starts at 8 a.m. It's $30. Let's give away. Hey, if you'd like to be in this, we got some free entries. Includes a medal, a T-shirt, and the winners get pies. It's like an hour. It's going to take you an hour at most. And if you're really fast, if you're really good, you're really in shape, it'll be, closer to 25 or 30 minutes. For me, probably 35 or 40 minutes to get through this. But
I believe in you. You can do it under 30.
Oh, I can't. No. I could do it under 40, but not under 30. There's no way. But winners take home prizes. There's going to be a costume contest. So if you would like a free entry for the turkey run, call us now here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, and we'll get you fixed up. There's still time for everyone to sign up. MercyHealthFoundation.net/turkey run. Or you can call 479-314-7400 for the Mercy Health Foundation Turkey Run, Thanksgiving morning at 8 a.m. We got a few free entries right now. You can get your medal, T-shirt, and all that included. 877-377-6963 is our number, 877-377-6963, and be a part of Mercy's Turkey Run. Do it for the pie.
All right, we mentioned former Vanderbilt head coach James Franklin taking the VTech job. We'll talk about that and Shane Beamer's comments from earlier this week. Coming up in your SEC update next.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, home of the Lewis Guarantee.
Show what they missed out on. No, I'm just playing. No, that's all right. You can say that.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hardee's every Tuesday is now Tender Bender Tuesday. Right now, download the Hardee's app and join My Rewards. Buy 3 hand-breaded chicken tenders, get 3 free. It's Tender Bender BOGO every Tuesday now through June 2026. This Tuesday, get 3 tenders free. Next Tuesday, get them free. The Tuesday after that, you guessed it, free. Buy 3 tenders, get 3 free. Another great benefit for My Rewards members. Only at Hardee's. Registration and app required. Available for limited time at participating restaurants. See app for terms.
To $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They are open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts needs, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
It's the season for shopping the store that honors Christ all year long. It's the season for shopping the Solid Rock. Lots of gift ideas, including home decor, greeting cards, books, women's boutique items, and of course, Bibles. And while you're there, make your gift extra special with custom laser engraving, pins, cutting boards, wallets, Bibles, and more. Lots of selections to choose from, or ask about custom orders. The Solid Rock, located next to Sam's Club on South 74th in Fort Smith. The Solid Rock, family owned and serving the River Valley for over 48 years.
Stop in for big savings on their 2-day Christmas open house on November 21st and 22nd.
Dental emergencies do not wait, and neither should you. At Valley Urgent Dental, they're here for you on the weekends, whether it's a broken tooth, a painful infection, or a crown that's come loose. Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry are ready to help. Why wait till Monday? Call 479-235-5655 now. Valley Urgent Dental is located at 5505 Uper Lane behind Golden Corral in Fort Smith. Valley Urgent Dental, emergency dental care when you need it most.
It's Black Friday every day in November on hundreds of items at Jaeger's. Blackstone Iron Forged 2-burner outdoor griddle is only $279.99. Craftsman 9-gallon wet dry vac only $59.99 after $20 instant savings. DeWalt 20-volt max cordless drill and impact driver kit with 2 batteries, charger, bit, accessories, and contractor bag is only $149 after $70 instant savings. Order online and pick up in 15 minutes at all 5 Jaeger's locations. Jaeger's Ace Hardware. Real milk, real savings.
Need a little extra cash? Go see Rusty at Golden Gym Pond, 310 West Center in Greenwood. Get the money you need with loans on jewelry, guns, tools, and electronics. If you're looking for a gift, they have a large selection of jewelry to choose from, and Rusty can take care of all jewelry repair. Stop by Golden Gym Pond today, 310 West Center in Greenwood, or call 996-2792. Open 9 to 5:30 Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 9 to 3 on Wednesday. Golden Gym Pond.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion. You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about the tough there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally holds the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas. Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
I realized that 1 year ago, Rick, we were sitting here tonight getting ready to play Wofford, and we're all dialed into the playoff rankings to see where we're ranked, and we're not there right now, but I do know next year at this time we're going to be sitting here next year on this Tuesday night watching the playoff rankings to see where we are in the rankings show, and we're going to be firmly in the mix for a college football playoff berth next year at this time.
We go to Colton Little, who's Shane Beamer's biggest fan. Colton, do you agree with Coach Beamer's statement?
That chance, zero, no percent,
losing
negative
Sellers,
percentage.
That's just not going to.
He'll be
happen.
at Old Dominion, so I don't know what he's talking.
You
about.
mentioned that's what he's supposed to say, but that is Arkansas. Listen, 2-8. It's hard to. I understand like not throwing stones in glass houses, but South Carolina might be the most disappointing team this season. Like you're playing one this weekend. That was preseason number 1. They've lost 3 games. They are probably not going to the playoff, but. Man, you talk about a team that had all these high expectations in the Gamecocks and then just have floundered. That's South Carolina.
Does this make the case for Dow Loggins that maybe he's a little more integral to success than maybe he was given credit for? He was the OC at South Carolina, now the head coach at Appalachian State. They've had an offensive decline that's very noticeable at South Carolina. Maybe that elevates his stock as a head coaching candidate at Arkansas.
What is Appalachian State's football? You might know this offhand, Colton. What is their record this year?
I'm not sure, but I do know that Rashad Dubinion, former Razorback running back, was among the leading rushers in the country at one point this season. So they've had some offensive success. But as for their record, I'll have to look.
They're 1-5. They're 4-6. He's got no shot of being Arkansas's head coach because Drink went didn't Drink win 10 games in Appalachian State? I didn't know that until I just looked it up. But no, you're right about South Carolina. They're ticked. Like and I forget it was Shula. That's who their OC was, Mike Shula, for a little bit, and they ran him out pretty quick, and it hasn't changed at all. So that has been. Listen, there's a lot of trying times in the SEC. At the end of the day, you're the only team without a conference win, and I hate saying that, but that's just how it is.
By God, let's change it Saturday.
I hope that. Hopefully so. I got a weird gut feeling. You know how Sark has been so. It's kind of funny to watch these coaching searches play out, or coaching searches, I should say. Listen to these coaches talk about jobs and their speculation and stuff. I got a feeling Sark might leave Austin and Lane's going to stay in Oxford. And they've handled these questions so differently. Lane's been nonchalant. He's avoiding the questions. Sark came out emphatically against it. I don't know why I think that, but I think
there's how many jobs are out there that are definitely better than the Texas job? I mean, Ole Miss is definitely not as good as Texas. I mean, you can argue about LSU and Florida. It's not the same as those.
There's not one job better than Texas.
Sark's in the catbird seat already.
I think National Football League, if that's where he left.
I'm not sure that's a better job than Texas.
And that's fair. No, you're right. You're right. Is Texas better now than it was 20 years ago? When you think about Texas A&M, you're the SEC. Like there's like balances. You used to not be in the SEC. Now you are. There's always going to be money.
Yeah.
Texas Tech is having a lot of success. A&M's undefeated. I mean, is it better now or 20 years ago?
I think there's always been pressure to be the head coach at Texas. I think it's a different kind of pressure now, but I don't think it's ever been easy to be the head coach at Texas.
You're going to lose at a higher clip now playing in the SEC, but because of the fact that you did tether yourself to that great big ship in the SEC, your brand, the big Texas brand, is as big as ever.
Do you think, Colton said Texas jobs, do you think Texas is better than LSU job-wise?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. All right, one more thing in your SEC update. James Franklin, who we talked about a little bit earlier, introduced at Virginia Tech, former Vandy head coach.
Some other things that I think are important to everybody here is in my 15 years, we've always done it the right way. There's no shortcuts in building a program, and I think we have a track record that shows that. And I know that was important to all the men on this stage as well. Winning is really important. There's nobody that understands the importance of winning more than me.
A lot of 9+ win seasons, 2 in Nashville, 7 or 9.
6 10+ win seasons in
Happy Valley.
And
State College. I think that's a fit from the outside looking in. Is he going to have success there? I mean, they haven't had success really like consistently since Shane Beamer. I know Fuente won, I think 9 or 10 games one year, but is that to me feels like a fit.
I think he won the press conference yesterday. I think there is a easier path in the ACC to the college football playoff, and I suspect he'll have Virginia Tech in the playoff hunt sooner rather than later, particularly with a purse full of money to go get some players in the transfer portal. All right, that's the SEC update. It is brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. If you're feeling stressed and ready for a break, Burton Pools and Spas can assist you in unwinding that stress during the De-Stress for Less sales event. Discover the world's best-selling hot tubs designed to melt away tension, ease tired muscles, and calm your mind, up to $7,000 off. And if you've always wanted a sauna in your home, maybe on the patio or maybe you got a room in the house, it'd be perfect for Tylo Saunas. Bring you a traditional or infrared model that brings the warmth and wellness of a spa retreat inside your own home. Hot tubs and saunas on sale now. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life. Fort Smith, Hot Springs, Greenland, and Springdale, and BurtonPools.com.
I thought last night was a great example of the Texas game and what it means to two types of kids here in Arkansas. You got the in-state kid in Wyatt Simmons, Harding Academy, Paul's son, and then you've got an out-of-state Texas kid in Cash Court. He had this comment here.
Means everything. Go back to my home state, show what they missed out on. No, I'm just playing.
No, that's all right. You can say that.
He wasn't playing. 3-star kid. I don't think got an offer to Texas. And that's the rivalry in a nutshell. You got these in-state kids that hate that university, these Texas kids, and it's not just Texas. You get kids from Louisiana, Missouri, and whatnot. But you got these Texas kids that aren't offered by Texas, and they hate that school because of it. They maybe grew up fans, or maybe it was another rival of a Texas school they grew up with. But last night, in a nutshell, I thought perfectly encapsulated what these players think of Texas in two different vantage points.
Hopefully that's permeated the roster. Hopefully that's permeated this team. At the end, it's still about execution on plays. It's still about making tackles. It's still about making sure that, you play a clean game and don't turn the football over, and you'll have a chance to win. They've made all these mistakes and still had a chance to win. Imagine where you might be if you don't make all these mistakes. So hopefully you go play a clean game and you got a chance in the fourth quarter to win the football game.
And Petrino, just looking at the X's and O's, talked about something he's told Clay Henry many a times.
Certainly, they've had some protection issues, and they've had some sacks and hits, and he's gotten hit quite a few times, and that's affected his play, and we've just got to double that and hit him more.
I think you can get to Arch. I mean, defense has picked it up. You're playing a mid-level SEC type of offense. He's got some wheels to him. You got to keep him within the pocket. But you look at these recent games, they got to Van Buren a few times for LSU. They got to Shapen a little bit. I don't remember, and I know that Arnold threw that pick, and Daniels had a better second half, but it's not like the Auburn offense.
But it seems like, and I'm not saying you're not going to have a handful of plays you don't get to the guy. I'm not saying it's going to be zero success, but you watch a lot of Texas games, even when the defense brings 4, man, there's a lot of he's sitting back there having a picnic lunch. And if you've got, even with Arch's limited arm talent compared to the elites in this league, he is still going to have plenty of time if you don't get some pressure to pick apart what's been a pretty pretty paltry Arkansas secondary. So I am not of high hopes that you're going to be able to make him make a lot of mistakes, because I think he's going to have time to make the right decision.
Well, you thinking about, we were talking about our Morning Rush Awards earlier, SEC, and you were talking about the best SEC quarterback. You can toss in Marcel Reed, Trinidad Chambliss. You can also...
No one's throwing Manning's name in that, though.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to go off of. Nussmeier, Manning, Lagway, Sellers, those 4. Who's been the most?
Sellers the second quarterback on the All-SEC team?
I think Sellers was 1 and Nuss was 2, right? Isn't that right?
Uh-huh.
Who's been the most disappointed of the 4? I mean, Arch has the name, and that's unfair to him, but like those 4, you're like, man, though, at least 2 or 3 of those guys are going to have to get, outside of Lagway beating Texas, none of those guys have really done anything much. I
understand Arkansas is right, but Taylor's outplayed most of those guys. I understand the record, and that's hard to really sit here and die on that hill, and I'm not going to, but
here's
quarterback played, I mean, just tape to tape, numbers to numbers. Taylor's been in that conversation.
So people want to get mad at Taylor for the interceptions and the fumbles, and I get that. He's having to be Superman each and every game to win, and they're still not winning. Look at the Texas A&M game, for example, and you score more on the Aggies than they allowed to their previous 3 SEC opponents. So more's being asked of him, and he's having to do all that. The comparison between Arch and Talon, it's not too far off, except the turnovers. Like, Arch hasn't turned the ball over near as much, and some of those guys, some of those dudes I just mentioned haven't been there. You just hope that Talon can have a similar type of performance. He doesn't turn the ball over against the Aggies, doesn't turn the ball over against Ole Miss. He does against Tennessee, does against Auburn, does against LSU. Like, which turnover-prone Taylor are we going to see in 2 days in Austin, Texas?
Hey, skip the razor and grow for a reason. Join No Shave November with the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation. Help raise awareness for men's health in Arkansas. Sign up at arprostatecancer.org.
From a fan base perspective, especially the traditionalist fan base, they love the rivalry with Arkansas. And I think naturally when I took the job, I knew of a rivalry with OU. I knew of the rivalry with A&M. It made sense. I found out about the rivalry against Arkansas when they whooped our ass in the second game of my career when I got to Texas. So that rivalry got really good really fast for us. So we respect it. We honor it. It's a heck of a rivalry. It's a great game to be part of.
Coach Sark, thank you for your time.
All right, y'all. Thank you. Hook 'em.
They played the Texas A&M. I think the lead up to that, which was funny. I don't think that was the clip I meant to play, but do you remember when he got up?
Is it not right next to it, Ty?
Okay, is it this one?
First of all, I'd like to play better than we played in 2021. We did not play very good in that ball game, and it's a great environment. I jokingly say this, and I feel like when you go to Arkansas, that I almost at times feel like they hate Texas more than they like themselves.
That's true this year. What? Is it not true this week? I've kind of
hard to like ourselves this year.
Yeah, it's really not. But I remember when he said that last year. I didn't necessarily agree with it, but as I've kind of reflected and thought back to when he said it last year in July of 24, I was like, that is 100% accurate this week. The conversation,
and we're not ashamed of it.
Yeah, the conversation, funny enough, has not been around like
they make it easy.
This team, but it's just like. The text that we've received here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline this week has been around, hating Texas, getting Bryant to shut up. Not anything about what we're going to do offensively or defensively to win this game, but it's just a consistency of how much they hate Texas. Even Petrino on his coach's show or the media sessions this week has talked about how players, former players, have been like agonized and gone through the painful losses or the incredible wins that you've had, and just how much they've hated Texas.
Hey, if you're like me, you love looking at pictures of trophy browns and trophy rainbows, and that's why I always get over to Gaston's White River Resorts Facebook page. It doesn't take long to scroll through and see some recent trophy fish that have been caught. There's also some beautiful videos there of some guests that have flown in and taken videos of the fall foliage and stuff as they land in, and some drone shots. Man, the leaves and the trees are just so pretty right now, but the only thing prettier is these fish that you're seeing in these pictures of trophy rainbows, big browns. There's one nice brook trout on there as well. But there's some big fat rainbows and some really good looking browns that are being caught right now on the White River. So if you're looking for one of those trips that make memories that last a lifetime, we're going to have a very mild Thanksgiving week. Maybe it's time to get to Gaston's. They'll also have a great Thanksgiving buffet and Thanksgiving dinner we'll be telling you more about as well. Make your trip now. Book it now. 870-431-5202. Now's the time to plan. Also, those early 2026 fishing trips when the state park area reopens, that's annually closed. It's going to be, as you say, on like Donkey Kong then. So you want to be there and get your reservations at Gaston's. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years.
We're the greatest. We're the Texas Shorthorn, son.
This is the Morning Rush.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. All this month, take advantage of huge discounts on our road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Why wait till Monday for your dental emergency at Valley Urgent Dental? We know your pain cannot wait. Broken tooth, painful infections, sports injuries, we've got you covered. Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry are here when you need them most. Call them at 479-235-5655. Valley Urgent Dental is available on weekends when your regular dentist is closed. Valley Urgent Dental at 5505 Uper Lane behind Golden Corral in Fort Smith. Do not wait. Your smile deserves immediate care.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. The future of office printing is here with Xerox's Connect Key technology and cloud connectivity. Xerox offers seamless integration, top-notch security, and unmatched efficiency to help your business stay ahead. Don't miss out. Call us today at 783-6600 and ask about our special offer for a free Xerox color printer with many Xerox models. Dixie Digital Imaging, leading the way in office technology.
When you need tough and paint just isn't enough, check out River City Coatings in Van Buren. When it comes to your metals, paint can peel and crack over time. Whether it's your patio furniture, rims or trims on your automobile, or heavy equipment, no one has time for a redo. Powder coating provides the toughness you need. Preserve your investment with powder coating from River City Coatings. River City Coatings, certified John Deere, Caterpillar, ISO 9001, Packer, and UL provider of tough. River City Coatings, 471-7675 or online at rivercitycoatings.com.
When electrical needs pop up, don't get left in the dark. Call the local team that's trusted on and off the field. Harrison Electric. That's who homeowners and local businesses choose. Harrison Electric. Honest, dependable, and they leave no mess behind. From quick fixes to major upgrades, Harrison Electric is your go-to for all your electrical projects. Don't sit on the sideline with electrical problems. Get back in the game with the pros you can count on. Harrison Electric. Honest, quick, trusted. 652-3077.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Number you live there for free.
The worldwide leader in sports.
It was her first ball game with my wife, and we ended up on that field. We were in section 104.
Brother, you just turned the light bulb on. You gotta go with somebody. At least I go with the winner.
Tommy, they're great.
You're listening to The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
Oklahoma State fans, I'm hearing we're a hockey school now. How about that? Oklahoma State hockey. You guys better get your tickets right now to Bedlam, February 28th. I need to come see that myself. I'm excited. I like me some hockey. I'm fired up. Go Pokes hockey. I love that.
So that was Mike Gundy, former Oklahoma State head coach, who was decked out in Oklahoma State gear doing one of those. It's not called why am I blank? What's the app that you pay for people?
Cameo.
Cameo.
Yeah.
Thank you. He was doing a cameo for the Oklahoma State hockey team, which is a matchup bedlam, the game that's featured between the Sooners and the Cowboys, whether it's in Stillwater or in Norman as well. But sounds like he's gonna be there, Tommy, for that hockey game. I
fired up.
I had it yesterday and I forgot to add it, but that is a entertaining sound.
Is intramural hockey available on the Oakland Sports app? That's the question I have right now. They've got everything else: college football, the NFL, NBA, real hockey, the NHL's on there. Even some action last night you could find at the Oakland Sports app. New customers can earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. There's a 10% profit boost on 3-leg parlays of odds of at least 1,000 or more. Plus futures, outright winners, spreads, totals, you name it, it's there. Bet with the brand you trust anywhere in Arkansas. Bet with Oakland Sports.
Kind of spent some time on it, I believe, yesterday. Why is he? I know their last two seasons have been dreadful, but is that the main reason he hasn't gotten a push here? Like, I know that he's been entertained in Knoxville and
at
these
age,
people.
maybe?
I don't remember how old he is. His son Gavin went to school in Fayetteville here.
Oh, he's got to be in his early 60s.
You know he has a name for his mullet, right?
The Arkansas
Waterfall.
Waterfall. Yeah, it just makes. I am just surprised that he has not gotten more play, at least publicly, from Arkansas fans pushing that. He had like a 8 or 9 win consistent season at Oklahoma State. That's what his
do
average.
worse.
That's
You
what
could
I
do
was thinking.
worse.
Like, if you had a choice between him or Petrino, which would you go? Colton's favorite question. We're just going to play a question tomorrow, blank or Petrino, and see if Colton agrees with picking Petrino on anyone.
I'm with you. I'm surprised his name hasn't been a little more front and center in the search, at least with the fans. And it has not gotten any traction, really.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised at that. Coming up here.
And he's affordable. He'd be affordable.
I would think so. Halftime's coming up. Phil Ellison going to be in studio with Matt Jones and Big C for the next 3 hours. I know people.
But when the same argument that holds true with Petrino hold true with him, what other Power 4 jobs is he on the list for? I mean, that's what anytime Petrino's name's brought up, that's the first hand that goes up is that argument. So why would that argument not be the same for Gundy?
Do you believe anything in the idea that Arkansas's got their person and they're
No.
gonna? Okay.
Zero. I have zero. I have zero shares of that stock.
Okay.
I get no dividends on that.
That's been a growing sentiment within the fan base that they're going to announce it soon.
Why wouldn't you already announce it if you have your guy? Did Virginia Tech wait to announce their guy when they had him?
Hunter wouldn't take the distraction of the CFP chair if he didn't already have his guy, right?
Yeah.
Oh man,
say it out loud and then help me make it make sense, because it makes no sense to me.
All right, we're back tomorrow, Football Friday. I appreciate everyone listening today. Bud Light Morning Rush podcast out momentarily. Have a good rest of your Thursday. We'll see you back at 9 a.m.
The Powerball jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more